I'm Sam Wilkin, and through this series of films, I'm going to be introducing you to the people and the place behind one of Britain's best loved cheeses, Baron Bigod. We'll see the seasons change in the Waveney Valley, and we'll get a deeper understanding of the passion and the craft that goes into making this incredible farmhouse cheese. This is Fen Farm Dairy.
This one we call Johnny, because that's always first and run. So we've got the milk coming in this morning, straight into the tank. So that's coming in from the cows being milked right now. And they're all being mixed together, and they've been inoculated in here this morning with the cultures. So they'll sit and acidify in this tank here. I've only been here since June last year. Before that I was working in dairy, but at a small sort of micro dairy. And then before that, I was a music teacher, an instrumental music teacher. So the opportunity came at that point to go and work in a friend's dairy, and then really fell in love with milk. So literally, we're just, the room's all ready now. The milk is ready to transfer. So we're going to start bringing it through. It's achieved the kind of pH we're looking for in the tank. And with a big make like we've got today, we'll get the milk out a little bit earlier, just purely because it takes a bit longer to bring it through into this room and get it all into the vats. If we had a smaller make, we could afford to leave it in the tank, acidifying for a little bit longer, just because it's not going to take so long to bring out. But we're all ready to go in here now. So at this point, we're going to do a rennet test on 2 litres of milk, and that way we can just adjust the rennet levels slightly if we need to, for the whole batch. So what we're looking for is just looking on my finger, just as I pull it up through the milk, just to see how the milk's reacting. So today we're going to go with 80 millilitres of rennet for every 200 litre vat. So this is our pH meter. Vital tool really in cheese making. So now we're keeping a close eye on this pH to see when it's time to rennet. Are we ready? Let's go. So we're just adding that rennet in, giving it a really good stir for about 30 seconds per vat roughly, before we move on to the next one, just making sure we're stirring all the way to the bottom. So the flocculation on this batch was 8 minutes 40. So what we do then is we times that by 6, and that time then is how long we leave it until we cut.
And what will you do with that time?
Have a cup of coffee. Sean, your coffee's here.
Thank God.
That's all right. Can't rush these things.
randomised by an independent person, not by himself. That's what I reckon.
Oh no, I can't do it when people are talking.
25 seconds.
Oh, that was really shabby. Can we do it again? Milk is changing at this time of year, and the fact that the cows are fully out on the grass, you know, they've been out on the grass for a while now, and how that affects the milk. Before I came here, I would have always thought that the cows being out on the grass, enjoying the sunshine and the beautiful pasture would be like the perfect time of year to be making cheese. But actually, I've learned that actually it's a lot harder at this time of year to make perfect cheese. There are more variables because the cows are munching their way around. So we're cutting the curds in two directions. So they've already been cut across this way. So we're cutting some lovely long columns of curd. And this immediately you can see, already you can see from the first cut the whey is starting to separate and come out from the curds. We're quite often guided by the drainage really. We're looking at quite a bit of I'm making a decision with the cheese when I do these things and how that cheese will turn out, and that's my responsibility. And the same with a piece of music. You're making the choice on how you play it, how you deliver that piece of music, and how people experience it. I'm just feeling the curd, so just feeling how firm the curd is, that we've got a nice firm curd, just so we know that if it's a bit fragile but we still need to start ladling, then obviously we can just be a bit more careful. So at this point we've kind of decided on how high we're going to ladle for today. So we're just trying to keep nice even cube sizes. Try and keep the vat nice and flat. So we're working round the vat as we ladle. And then just gently laying that curd into the moulds. It's important to turn the cheese so you're getting a lovely, so you're starting to create the rind. So you'll see as we lift off, we're just already starting to create that surface, that top and bottom surface of the cheese, so that then as the cheese matures, you're going to get a lovely growth of cultures and GOs and PC and everything else. Second turn will happen usually around 3 o'clock. Third turn is at about 6 o'clock, and fourth turn is 9 o'clock, so sort of every 3 hours. And then from 9:30 it's then done and left until the morning. After that it's turned at every process, so it's turned when we're side salting. It's then turned when we salt the second surface in the afternoon. And then it's turned when it goes onto stilts, turned when it comes off the stilts, and then it goes into the maturing room. So this batch is from the 16th, so where are we today? It's about 10 days ago, 9 days ago. So it's just showing beginning to show a nice covering of the white fluffy PENICILLIUM CANDIDUM. It's got quite a bit of GO on it as well, this batch. We might just have to keep an eye on it. They will stay in here another week, so after they've been turned today, they now won't be turned for a couple of days. And then they will stay in here for a full 14 days before they're then wrapped and moved into the main chiller. Just turning milk into cheese. There is something magic about it, yeah.